Welcome to my channel.
And this is a Fluent Vibes English podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent Vibes English Podcasts. I'm Sarah, and I'm here with Allie. Today we're diving into something that honestly comes up all the time in my coaching sessions. Phrases that just instantly mark you as a non-native, or like super outdated. And trust me, people notice.
Absolutely, Sam. I mean, I've seen it so many times in my classes. You know, someone's English is technically correct, but then they drop a phrase like, "It's raining cats and dogs," and suddenly everyone's looking at them like they've just stepped out of a time machine. Actually, I had a student in London who loved that phrase. He'd say it every time it rained, and people just looked confused. Or they'd laugh thinking he was joking.
Oh, totally. And in LA, I coach a lot of actors, right? Sometimes they'll use these textbook phrases, and the directors are like, no one actually talks like that. It's not about being wrong, it's just, it sounds off. And sometimes people don't even realize why they're getting weird reactions. It's all about sounding natural, not just correct.
Exactly. And, you know, it's not about making anyone feel bad. We all pick up these habits from textbooks or classes. But if you want to blend in, you've got to know what to avoid. So let's get into the top 5 phrases you should probably retire, yeah? All right, so first up, how do you do? Now, unless you're at a royal garden party, you're not going to hear this. It's just way too formal for everyday life. Instead, just go with, hey, how are you? Or, how's it going?
Yeah, and then there's, it's raining cats and dogs. I mean, I get why people learn it. It's in every textbook. But honestly, if you say that in LA, people will probably just laugh or think you're being silly. Just say, it's pouring, or it's coming down hard.
Another one I hear a lot is, I am fine, thank you. And you? It's not wrong, but it's super stiff. Most people just say, I'm good, you. Or, I'm all right, how about you? Keep it short and casual.
Oh, and have you ever been in France? It's the preposition, right? Native speakers say, been to France. In just sounds off. And then, you look tired. That one's tricky. In the US, it can come off as rude, unless you're really close to the person. Better to ask, are you feeling okay?
Quick question, Sam. Do you think any of these phrases still work in some situations? Or are they just totally outdated?
Maybe, how do you do? If you're meeting like the Queen. But honestly, for daily life, not really. Most of these are just best avoided if you want to sound natural. All right, let's keep going. There are a few more phrases that just don't sound right to native speakers. Like, I very like it. That's a big one. Instead, say, I really like it. Or, I like it a lot.
Yeah, or I am agree. It should just be I agree. And can you explain me this? Nope, it's can you explain this to me?
Let's do a quick role play, James. I'll say the awkward version, you give me the upgrade. Ready?
Go for it.
I make a mistake.
I made a mistake.
I don't understand nothing.
I don't understand anything.
Nice. Okay, quick quiz for you, James. Which is more common in the US? I like it a lot. Or I really like it?
Oh, tricky. I'd say I really like it is probably more common in the US, but both work. In the UK, we use both as well, but maybe I like it a lot is a bit more British. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree. Both are fine, but I really like it just feels a bit more American to me. All right, let's talk about context and tone, because that's where things get interesting. So, context and tone are huge. Like, the same phrase can mean totally different things, depending on how and where you use it. For example, you look tired. With a close friend, it's caring. With your boss, maybe not so much.
Exactly. And sometimes a phrase that's fine in one country sounds odd in another. Like in the UK, we might say, you all right? As a greeting. But in the US, people might think you're worried about them. It's all about listening to how people use language in different settings.
Yeah, and if you're not sure, just listen. Pay attention to what people say in movies, TV shows, or even podcasts like this one. You'll pick up on those little cues that make your English sound more natural.
And don't be afraid to ask. If you hear something new, just say, hey, is that a common way to say it? Most people are happy to explain. All right, so how do you actually practice sounding more natural? One of the best ways is just to talk with native speakers. Use language exchange apps, or find local meetups if you can. Real conversations are where you'll notice what sounds right and what doesn't.
And record yourself. Seriously, it's a little weird at first, but when you listen back, you'll catch those phrases that sound stiff or awkward. Then you can try again and get closer to that natural flow.
Plus, immerse yourself in real English. Watch TV shows, listen to podcasts, movies, whatever you enjoy. The more you hear, the more you'll internalize those natural patterns and expressions.
Let's get practical. One thing I love is shadowing. Just repeat after native speakers in a podcast or video. Try to match their intonation and rhythm. It's like karaoke, but for English.
And join online groups or forums. There are loads of language learning communities where you can chat, get feedback, and practice casual exchanges. It's a great way to get comfortable with real, everyday English.
Set yourself little goals, too. Maybe learn a new idiom or slang phrase each week and actually use it in conversation. Track your progress. It's super motivating when you notice yourself sounding more authentic.
Now, a big pitfall is overusing idioms or using them in the wrong context. Like if you say break the ice every time you meet someone, it gets weird. Pay attention to when native speakers actually use these phrases.
Yeah, and sometimes a phrase is technically correct, but just not right for the situation. Like, I'm boring when you mean I'm bored. Context is everything. Record your conversations, listen back, and ask a native speaker or coach for feedback. That's how you refine your skills.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Just keep tweaking and adjusting as you go.
Idioms and slang can make you sound super fluent, but only if you use them naturally. Start with common ones like hit the nail on the head or break the ice. Don't force it. Just sprinkle them in when it feels right.
I always tell my students to make flashcards with idioms, their meanings, and when to use them. Review them regularly and try them out in role plays with a language partner. That way, you get feedback on whether it sounds natural or not.
Yeah, and role play is great. Pretend you're in a cafe or at work and see how you can work those expressions in. It's fun, and it really helps you remember.
Pronunciation and intonation are just as important as the words you use. Practice drills for tricky sounds and focus on vowel and consonant clarity. It makes a huge difference in how easily people understand you.
And record yourself again. Yeah, I know, I keep saying it. But listen for your pitch and rhythm. Are you going up and down like native speakers, or is it all flat? Try to mimic what you hear in movies or podcasts. It'll make your speech way more engaging.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just about getting the music of the language right, not just the words.
Let's circle back to pitfalls for a sec. One thing I see a lot is subtle misuse of idioms, like using more better instead of much better. It's a tiny thing, but it stands out. Record, review, and get feedback from native speakers. That's your best bet for catching these little mistakes.
And always think about the social context. Some phrases are fine with friends, but not at work. Adapt your language to fit the situation, and you'll avoid misunderstandings. Keep that feedback loop going. Record, review, refine. It's a process, but it works. Fluency isn't just about words, it's about culture too. Some phrases or idioms are super common in one country, but not in another. Watch local TV shows, movies, or even join community events to see how people really talk.
Yeah, and read up on regional slang or customs. Like, what's polite in the US might be weird in the UK, and vice versa. The more you know about the culture, the more naturally you'll fit in when you speak.
And don't forget, language is always changing. Stay curious, keep learning, and you'll keep getting better.
Confidence comes from practice, honestly. Set aside a little time every day to speak, record yourself, or chat with a native speaker. The more you use new phrases and idioms, the more natural they'll feel.
And get feedback. Share your recordings with a coach or a native friend. They'll spot things you might miss. Track your progress and celebrate those little wins. Consistency is key. Make it a routine and you'll see real improvement.
Yeah, and don't stress about being perfect. Just keep going and you'll get there.
Last thing, cultural awareness. English isn't the same everywhere. There are regional variations in slang, idioms, even politeness. Pay attention to social cues like how people greet each other or what topics are okay to talk about.
And if you can, join local or online events. It's the best way to immerse yourself in real language and culture. You'll pick up on those little things that make you sound like you really belong.
All right, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back with more tips to help you sound like a native. Sam, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Allie. And thanks to everyone listening. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll catch you next time on Fluent Vibes. Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.